My dear students, welcome back. So in continuation of my previous lecture, I had done the module 1, but I know you are coming with an examination, internal examination on 11th of the May. And in view of that, I had left the numerical problem of the module 2. So today I'm going to take up all the types of the numerical problem of the module 2, which should be very helpful for you for your forthcoming internal examination. So now let us start with the numerical problem of module 2. So let us see the first problem. In a stretching experiment, the tension produced in a wire for a load of 1.5 kg is 0.2 into 10 power minus 2 meter. The length of the wire is 2 meter and its radius is 0.013 into 10 power minus 2 meter. Find the Young's modulus of the materials, right, or of the wire. This is what we have to calculate. So here what I have done, I have divided the problem on your different types. So basically you have the three types of the problem. One is on the modulus of the elasticity, second is on your cantilever, and third is on your torsional pendulum. So these are your three types of the problem, and accordingly I have divided. So first, any numerical problem if you are going to do, I will always recommend you that you sit with the pen, paper and your scientific calculator. Stop the video wherever required. Do the calculation from yourself. Understand it very properly, and once and all you can finish it. So now this is the problem. Now let's see what is given in this problem. So what is given? The length of the wire, the change in the length because of the force that you are going to put is 10 to the minus 2 meters. So here you have the change. So you can read the problem again. In a stretching experiment, the tension produced in a wire for a lead of 1.5 kg is 0.2 into 10 to the minus 2 meter. So change in the length has been given. The length of the wire is 2 meters. So that is your original length. So that is your L, right? And its radius is 0.013 into 10 to the minus 2 meter. So radius of the wire has been given, right? Mass of the wire has been mass of the object that you are putting, that is given. So load that you are going to put on the wire, right, that is also given, 1.5 kg. And then we have to find out what is the Young's modulus of that particular wire, right? So what you are going to exactly do is, here you have got a particular wire, right? On this wire you are going to put a load so that it is going to be a stretch. So this load that we have given is the mass. Load is nothing, say mass, so m into g. So this is the load that you are giving. So naturally this you are calling as your F. So this is the force that is acting on this. The length of this has been given. So length of this wire has been given, right? And its change in the length has been given. So delta L has been given, and we have to find out the Young's modulus. So it is a very simple problem. You have to apply the Hooke's law, and from that you know that stress is directly proportional to the strain. So therefore stress upon strain is equal to nothing, is your Young's modulus. Now what is the stress? Stress is your force per unit area. So this is what I have written. And strain is change in the length upon original length. So delta L is the change in the length and L is your original length. So y equal to how much? So you rearrange this. Right? So y equal to what we are saying, F into this L will go up, right? So F into L upon A into delta L. Well, where A is the area of the cross section of the wire. So here you have this wire. So this will be the area of the cross section of the wire, and naturally that is going to be pi r square. So A is equal to pi r square. So you substitute all those values, right? And let's calculate what is the Young's modulus. So F equal to how much? M into G. So mass is given, and you have to multiply with the acceleration due to gravity. So this is your M into G into L, right? Upon A is nothing, pi r square into delta L. So all the value I have substituted over here, and the value that we are getting is 2.77 into 10 to the power 11 Newton per meter square. This will be your Young's modulus. So very basic problems on the Young's modulus. Similarly, let us try to do one more problem on the Young's modulus, and this problem you can do yourself. So you see what is the problem that you have to do yourself. All right. So calculate the extension produced in the wire of the length 2 meter and the radius 0.013 3 into 10 to the minus 2 meter due to the force of 14.7 Newton applied along its length. Given Young's modulus of the wire is given. I have not written over here, right? So that has been left out. So here this is the value that has been given, right? So Young's modulus is 2.1 into 10 power 11 Newton per meter square. That is the value of your Young's modulus. So everything has been given. L has been given, right? This is your length of the wire. The radius is given, Young's modulus is given, and F equal to m into g. So directly F itself is given. So you have to find out what is the change in length delta L. So just you see, let us suppose this I am saying this equation is your equation number 1. So exactly you can use your equation number 1, rearrange everything, and you find out what is the value of this delta L, right? So rearrange this, find substitute all those value, find out the value of the delta L, and this is what you have been asked, right? Calculate the extension produced. So extension is how much? Delta L is the extension, that is the change in the length. So your answer will be 2.64 into 10 power minus 3 meter, that is 2.64 millimeter will be the extension in the length of the wire. So I hope you can do it very easily. Let's move to the next one. Now a solid sphere of radius 10.3 meter is subjected to a normal pressure of 10 Newton per meter square acting all over the surface. Determine the change in its volume given bulk modulus of lead is 1.58 into 10 power 10 Newton per meter square. So what does the problem say? A solid sphere of radius 10.3. So let us suppose you have a certain radius, right? So this your radius, I'm saying this your radius R is subject to the normal pressure. So what you are going to do? You are going to put the normal pressure. So let us suppose from all the side you are putting the pressure like this. So what is the value of the pressure that you are putting? That is given. The value of the pressure that you are putting normally on this is 10 Newton per meter square. Find its change in its volume. So naturally if its volume is V, so this volume will get reduced. So let us suppose the reduced volume is coming here. So naturally this V will change to delta V. So what is the change in this volume? This is what we have to find in this problem. So naturally again let us find out what is the data that is given to you, right? So the given values are the radius of the wire is given, right? That is your 10.3 meter, right? The pressure that you are applying, that is given. It's not the wire, here is a sphere, right? And the bulk modulus is given, and you have to find out what is the value of change in the volume, right? So again we are going to apply the same principle, Hooke's law. Stress is directly proportional to the strain. So here we are saying since it is your bulk modulus, so it will be your K, and K will be equal to your stress upon bulk strain. So a stress as it is your force per unit area, and bulk strain is equal to your change in volume upon original volume. So this is nothing, this is your K, and now you rearrange all those value and find out what is the value of delta V. Now here F upon A is equal to your pressure, because here the value that is given, the pressure that you are applying 10 Newton per meter square. So F upon A is equal to pressure. So this is what I have taken. F upon A is equal to pressure, right? Into this V has of course gone up. So just I have rearranged, and you have taken, this is your equation for your change in the volume delta V. Now you substitute all those value, and there you have the answer. So you are substituting the value of your pressure is 10 Newton per meter square, right? Bulk modulus, this is your value of the bulk modulus, right? And the volume is equal to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. What this it is a sphere. So volume of the sphere, this is your volume. So volume of the sphere is equal to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. So all those value we have substituted, and we are getting this value equal to 9.994 into 10 power minus 7 meter. So 99.994 micrometer, that will be your value. All right. Now a similar type of the problem is for you also. So you try yourself. What is the problem? Calculate the force required to produce an extension of 1 millimeter. So delta L is given in a steel wire of the length 2 meter and dia 1 millimeter if the Young's modulus of the steel is given. So it is not based on your bulk modulus, it is based on your Young's modulus, which you have done in the previous slide. So what is given? The value of the delta L is given. How much? 1 millimeter. So 10 to the minus 3 meter. length is given, right? Dia is given, so dia, then you can find out the radius. So I have divided it by the 2, d upon 2. So this your d by 2 here has not come with the clarity. And Young's modulus is given. You have to find out what is the force under which this extension is being produced, the force required, right? So again you can use the same equation of your previous, and then you can find out the force, what is the force that is coming on this, right? So the value of the force will equal to 78.54 Newton, right? So again this would be your very easy problem. Let's move to the next one. Now this is the problem on single cantilever. Now let's see what this problem says. The free end of the single cantilever depresses by 10 millimeter under a certain load. Calculate the depression under the same load for another cantilever of the same material, 2 times in the length, 2 times in the width, 3 times in the thickness. Assume both the cantilever to be having the rectangular cross sections, right? So what is the cantilever? This is your cantilever, right? So what you are going to do in this cantilever, here this is your fixed end, this is your fixed end, and this is your free end, and at this free end you are going to put the load. So let us suppose you have given certain load, and under this load you have produced a certain value of the depression. So this is your depression, and depression we have called by H. So this value of H we have already calculated the formula for the H. So this value of H is given. So depression is 10 millimeter is given. Now we have changed this cantilever in which the length has been changed. So length has become 2 times, right? It's the breadth of this cantilever has become again 2 times, and its thickness has become 3 times. And then what will be in that cantilever, what will be the depression? Let us suppose that depression is your H dash, and so let's calculate what is the value of H dash. So what we can do, the depression that we have calculated is H is equal to 4W. W is nothing, M into G. Here you have the W. W is nothing, so equal to M into G into L cube, where L is the length of the cantilever from the fixed end to the free end. 3y, this will be your capital Y. So you see Young's modulus, B is the breadth, and D is the thickness. So this is the formula that you have already derived for your depression, right? That is how much it is going to bend at the extreme end, right? Now in this, what you are going to do, so if another cantilever you are going to take in such a way, then the length you have made it double, all the other things are same, length you have made double, right? The Young's modulus is remain same, the breadth you have made double, and thickness you have taken triple, right? And under that condition, we are saying its height is, that is the depression is your H dash. So what I can do, I can equate equation, divide equation 1 and 2. That is, we can say H upon H dash, or H dash upon H, H dash upon H here I have taken. So H dash upon H, if I am going to divide, so now you see what is going to happen. This 4W L cube, this 4W L cube, this will get cancelled. This similarly, this 3y will get cancelled, right? This your B, this B will get cancelled, and D cube is over here. It is going to get cancelled with this D cube. So what is left? 2 cube. So 2 cube is nothing, this is your 8. Then here this value is 2 is there. So that value of the 2, and 3 cube will equal to your 27, right? So what we can say, H dash upon H, the value of H is given how much? 10 millimeter. So 10 into 10 to the minus 3, right? So here I should have written 10 to the minus 3. Here let us suppose here I am writing here 10 to the power minus 3. So this is 10 millimeter, right? So H dash will equal to how much? 8 upon 2 into 27, right, into 10 to the power minus 3. So 8 into 10 to the power minus 3 upon 2 into 7. This is your value. Just you calculate, you will getting 1.48 millimeter. That is 10 to the power minus 3. This is the value of the depression in the changed cantilever. So you do it comfortably. You should not have any problem in this. Let's move to the next problem on the cantilever. Now it says a brass bar of length 1 meter 0.01 meter square in the sections, that is cross sectional area. 0.01 meter square in sections is clamped firmly in a horizontal position at one end. A weight of 1 kg is applied at the other end. What is the depression would produced, right? So H you have to find out. The Young's modulus Y for the brass has been given. So this is the value that has been given. So again, this is your cantilever, right? And for this cantilever, here you have put the load W, and what is the value of H, that is depression that has been produced. This is what you have to find out. A brass of the length is given, right? So this length L, this your length L is given, right? Cross sectional area is given. So let's see what is given. So length is given 1 meter, and its breadth into thickness, you can cross sectional area is a cross sectional area is given, A is given. So A is nothing, breadth into thickness, that is given. So 0.01 meter square, and naturally here B is equal to D equal to 0.01 meter, right? And F is equal to 1 kilogram, that is this is the weight that we applied. F equal to M into G, right? So 1 into 9.8 Newton. This is the value that we have applied. Young's modulus of the material has been given. So just you apply your formula. What is the formula that you know? H equal to 4W into L cube upon 3Y. Y is your Young's modulus. B D cube. Substitute all those values. So if you are going to substitute 4, right? W, so 1 into 1.98. L is your 1 meter, so 1 cube. 3 into Y, right? So this is the value of the Y that has been given. The cross sectional area has been taken over here, and this is your D cube that has been taken over there. So if you are substituting all this value, you will be getting 0.008 into 10 power minus 6 meter. That is 4 micrometer. You will have depression at the end. All right. Now we are moving to the torsional pendulum. Now let's read the problem. The upper end of a uniform straight wire of the length 1 meter and radius 0.15 into 10 to the minus 2 meter is clamped rigidly to support, and lower end is fixed to the center of the sturdy circular disc. Calculate the value of the torque that is to be applied to twist the wire through an angle of 0.152 radian, given the rigidity modulus of the material of the wire is 8.3 into 10 power 10 Newton per meter square. Assume cross section area of the wire as circular. All right. Now you see what does the problem says. Let us suppose here we have got any circular. Let me draw it again. So let us suppose here we have got any circular wheel, right? So upper end of the straight wire of length 1 meter and radius this is clamped rigidly to support the support, and lower end is fixed to the center of the sturdy circular disc. So this is your circular disc, and this rod is fixed like this. So this is clamped over there, right? So under this is your circular disc, and circular disc is attached with this wire. Let us suppose the length of this wire is your L. Length of this wire is your L, right? Now what you are going to do is you have to twist this circular wire. That is this wheel you twist. So if you are going to twist the wheel, so naturally this wire is also going to be twisted. This wire that you are seeing over here, that is also going to be twisted, right? Now you have to twist in such a way that you are going to produce certain twist. How much? Calculate the value of the torque that is applied to twist the wire through an angle of 0.152 radian. So now this wire should be twisted by the value of theta. Theta is equal to 0.152 radian, and then what is the torque that is required to twist by this value of the angle. So this is what the problem says. So now let us see what is the value that is given. So length of the wire is given 1 meter, right? Radius of that wire is given 0.15 into 10 to the minus 2 meter, and modulus of rigidity is given. So we call eta is equal to 8.3 into 10 power 10 Newton per meter square. How much twist couple you have to give so that you are going to produce the twist theta is equal to 0.152 radian. This you should be careful. If it is in the degree, convert in radian. If the angle twist is given in the degree, you should always convert in radian. So so this is where I have drawn this figure. So same figure I have shown you over here, right? All right. So now we know that tau is equal to the twist, that is the torque that you are going to produce, is equal to C into the theta, where C is the couple per unit twist. What is the C? Couple per unit twist, and theta is the angle through which you are going to twist, and that will give you, that value will give you what is the torque that is required to twist this wire, right? Now C is couple per unit twist, and we have already derived this value. The value of the C is equal to pi eta r to the power 4 upon 2L, where r is the radius of the wire and L is the length of the wire which is going to be twisted. All right, here you don't have to take anything with the support, that is the circular disc which has been supported at the end. Here you have to find out of the wire which is getting twisted. So there should not be any confusion in this. All right. So now let's calculate. So what I have to calculate? Tau value we have to calculate, which is nothing C into theta, and the value of the C we know, pi eta r to the power 4 upon 12. So I am going to substitute all those values. So C value I have taken into theta. So this is your formula. All these values have been substituted one by one, right? And this is the value we are getting. So this value will coming out equal to 0.1003 Newton meter. This is the torque which is required to twist the wire by the angle of 0.152 radian. All right, let's move to the next one. Now similar type of the problem is for you also. So now you read this problem. Calculate the twisting couple on a solid cylinder rod of the length 1.5 meter and the radius 80 millimeter. 80 millimeter does mean 80 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter, right? Its length has been given 1.5 meter, and calculate the twisting couple. That is, you have to find out what is the value of the C, right? When it is twisted through angle of 0.6 degrees. So it is given in the angle 0.6 degrees. So you require to convert into the radian. Rigidity modulus of the material is given 93 into 10 power 9 Newton per meter square. So what is given? The length of the wire is given is equal to 1.5 meter. The radius is given. The value of the angle theta is in the degree. So you require to convert into the radian. So I have done for you. So 0.6 into pi upon 180 radian, and eta, the value of modulus of rigidity is given. You have to calculate what is the value C. So let us suppose this is your equation. This is your equation number 1. So straight away you apply the equation number 1. All the value is given to you, right? So put all those value in your scientific calculator and find out your answer. So your answer should be 3.81 into 10 power 8 Newton per radian. So this is the twisting couple that is required to twist by for the given value of the angle. All right. Now let's move to the next problem. Now again on the torsional pendulum, let's read the problem. A wire of the length 2 millimeter and radius 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter is fixed at the center of the wheel. So same type of the problem. A wire of the length 2 meter and radius 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter is fixed at the center of the wheel. All right. A torque of magnitude 0.0395 Newton meter is applied to twist the wire. So wire is to be twisted. Find the angle of the twist. So you have to find out what is the angle by which it is getting twisted, and the modulus of rigidity of the wire is given. So of course it is the similar type of the problem, right? So this is the figure that has been shown for you. So what is given? The length of the wire is given, the radius is given, right? Modulus of rigidity is given, and torque is given, right? So what you require to do this? So what we know, tau equal to c into theta and c equal to pi eta r to power 4 upon 12. So rearrange this and find out what is the value of theta, right? So what you require to find out? Theta will equal to how much? Tau upon c, and substitute the value of the c from here. This is the value of the c. So this is what exactly I have done here, right? Substituted all those value and you are going to get this value equal to 0.0379 radian. That is the angle by which your wire is getting twisted. All right. So one similar type of the problem again for you. Calculate the angular twist, right? Angular twist of length 0.3 meter and the radius of the cross section 0.22 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter when the torque is 5 into 10 to the power minus 4 Newton meter is applied. Rigidity modulus of the wire is given. So what is given? Your length of the wire is given, the radius is given, right? Modulus of rigidity is given, your tau value is given, and you have to find out what is the value of theta. So exactly it's the same problem. So let us suppose this is your equation number 1. So apply your equation number 1. All this value is known to you, right? And substitute all those value and you have the answer there. And this will be your 0.497 radian, right? So try to do yourself. Now this is your probably your last problem. And this is your miscellaneous problem where you have used all the modulus along with the Poisson's ratio. So let us see what this problem says. An increment in the length 1 millimeter was observed in a gold wire of the diameter 0.3 millimeter when it is subjected to the longitudinal force of 2 newtons and twist of 1 radian. All right. So what you are saying? An incremental length of 1 millimeter was observed. So delta L is given. 1 millimeter was observed in a gold wire of a diameter delta R is given 0.3 into 10 to the power minus 3 millimeter when it is subjected to the longitudinal force. So longitudinal force you are putting of 2 newtons. And same wire is going to be twisted. And a twist of 0.1 radian. So if you are going to twist this by the theta of 0.1 radian was observed in the same wire when its one end was subjected to a torque. So one of the end of this you are going to twist, right, with the torque of 7.9 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton meter, and then it is getting twisted by 0.1 radian, right? Calculate the value of the Poisson's ratio for gold. So with this data, what is the Poisson's ratio for the material? Here the material is of course the gold. This is what we have to find out. Problem may be looking to you a little complicated, but it's a very easy problem. Let us see. So firstly, what is the data that is given? The length of the wire, the increment in the wire is given. So it is getting while you are going to put the load. So its length has got increased by 1 millimeter. So it is your 10 to the minus 3 meter. This radius will be equal to dia divided by 2. So 0.15, right, millimeter, because here dia is given your 0.3 millimeter. So I have divided it by 2, converted into the meter. The force is given, 2 Newton is the force that you are going to apply, right? The angle by which it is getting twisted, that is also given, right? And the torque that you have applied to twist, this is also given, right? And then you have to find out what is the value of sigma, right? That is the Poisson's ratio. So here it has got the two part. One part is here you are going to put the load. So this is the load that you have put, right? So this load is nothing, this is your 2 Newton. 2 Newton is the load, that is F value you have applied, right? Under this load, this wire is getting elongated. Under this load, this wire is getting elongated. And what is that elongation? That value of the elongation is your delta L, right? It does mean here we have to use the Young's modulus, right? Then second part is saying you are going to twist this, right? So you have applied a torque. So applying the torque, you are twisting this wire. So this wire is getting twisted by the angle of the theta. So you have twisted this by the angle of the theta, right? And that value of the angle is given 0.1 radian, right? the torque that you are going to apply on this so that it is getting twisted by the angle of the theta, that value of the torque is also given, right? Now you have to use both this concept and then you have to find out what is the value of the Poisson's ratio. So we know that modulus of rigidity, this is under the relation between the different Young's moduli, right? So relation between from the Young's modulus, we have already derived this formula that modulus of rigidity is equal to Young's modulus upon 2 into 1 plus sigma, where sigma is your Poisson's ratio, right? So this value you have already derived. So now you see from here what you have to calculate. You have to calculate the value of sigma, where all this value is given to you, right? So this is what is required to be solved. So from here, if I am going to solve, right, bit solution, I am going to do rearrange this and take out the sigma. So value of the sigma that will be coming out will equal to 1 upon 2 into y by eta. Y is your Young's modulus, eta is your modulus of rigidity minus 2. So what I have done, just I have rearranged, and this is the value that I am getting for the sigma, right? Now what I require to do from the given data, I require to find out what is the value of Young's modulus and what is the value of modulus of rigidity. Both these things are not directly given. So what we require, we have to solve with the given data and we have to find out what is the Young's modulus and what is the modulus of rigidity. Let's go first for the Young's modulus. So Young's modulus equal to F into L, right, upon A into delta X, that you have seen in the first and second slide, right, where here A is equal to your pi r square. So pi r square is over here and this is your delta L. So delta L is over here, right? So this is your Young's modulus. Now here everything is given, all the value is given to you, you can substitute there, right? Now let's come to this second one and then we can calculate what is the modulus of rigidity. Now we know tau equal to c into theta and c is equal to pi neta r to power 4 upon 2l. So what I can do, I can rearrange these two equations. Here I required to substitute the value of c, right? From here I can take out here and I can substitute the value of the c, right? And then rearrange this because tau is given and then find out the value of the eta, this modulus of rigidity, right? So just you require to rearrange these two equations, tau equal to c into theta and c equal to pi neta r to power 4 upon 2l. These two you require to rearrange and then from rearranging you find out what is the value of eta. So if you are going to rearrange, the value of the eta will equal to 2l c upon pi r to power 4, right? Here I have not substituted the value of the c right now. C we can substitute at any time if required, right? Now here I have the value of y. I have got this is the value of the y that we have got, and you have got the value of eta, and the value of eta is equal to this your value that you have got, right? Substitute this value both the y and n, so you find out what is the ratio of y and n. So what is the ratio that you are getting of y and n? So just what you have done, I have just substituted this value, right? So let us suppose I am saying this is your equation 1, this is your equation 1, and this is your equation 2. So 1 by 2 I have taken. Equation 1 divided by equation 2 has been taken. So y upon eta will equal to f theta r square upon 2 tau into delta L, right? Now here you check all those value is given to you. So F is your 2 newtons, angle theta is given by which it is getting twisted, right? Then here R is given, right? So all those value is given. The modulus of rigidity is given. So this value of y upon eta will equal to 2.848. Of course it will not have any unit. These are your ratio of these two. So let us suppose this is your equation number 3. This is your equation number 3. This value we required to substitute here in the sigma. This is the value that we have got. In this value sigma I have to substitute all those value which I have done for you. So sigma equal to, from there Same equation I have taken, 1 upon 2 y upon n minus 2. So 1 upon 2 y upon n you have calculated minus 2. So this value you will getting is equal to 0.424, and that is the Poisson's ratio for the given material. So in this way we have finished all type of the all the types of the problem in this chapter, right? And looking forward for your good examination, right? I hope all of you will excel in it. Thank you very much.